My last interview was 4 days ago.
So that was a job interview, not like an interview for work, a job interview?
Yes.
Nice. And do you know yet if you got the job, or are you waiting to hear? Do you know how you went?
The new job.
And you got the job? Did you get the job?
I waiting to hear.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck. Just one small thing. You guys. One small thing there, Zulika. I think you said I am journalist. I'm a is better. Okay. Can you say it again? I am a.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we've got 2 more people with us, guys. Sorry, I can't talk today. We've got Katya and Streng here. So Katya, you're next. Can you hear us, Katya? You there?
Yes, hello.
Excellent. Hi. So can you tell us also where you're from and tell us about your job and your last job interview, when it was?
Yeah, my name is Katya. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico. And I am
Accountant.
Yeah.
An accountant.
Accounting. Okay. And my last interview was 1 week ago.
Nice.
Because I'm searching a better job.
Looking for a job. Yeah. And how did the interview go? Do you know yet if you got the job, or like Salika, are you waiting to hear?
I know that I like it to the boss, so I only wait for the call.
Just gotta wait to hear. All right. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys. We've got one more person. You're welcome. Streng is with us, I think. Streng, can you hear us?
Yes, hello teacher and everyone. My name is Trung. I'm from Vietnam. Now I live in Ho Chi Minh City, and I work in logistics. And in my life until now, I just one job interview. After I finished,
Just had one. Nice.
yes, just after I finished my university, and I job interview in the banking, but I failed.
Oh, okay. You'd say I had an interview.
Yes, I had a job interview.
Okay. Don't think about it as failing. Think about it as not the right job for you at that point.
Yeah.
Try and avoid the word fail, although I know it's disappointing when you miss out on something you want. But let's jump into our main task, guys. I am going to share out my screen. I'll ask you to listen along to the section of the interview we mentioned. And for you guys who joined just as I was explaining the first time, we're going to listen through. You will summarize key points so I know you understand. Then you'll practice comparing. You'll describe which of the strengths mentioned in this conversation are the same as you or different from you, and you'll tell us your own strengths. So first task, guys, is to listen along. Here we go.
Great. So just another 2 questions. So what would you say?
Environment hacking. Get a job, you guys. That's what I learned. Knowledge also. How to what? And
You say that you're
multitasking, get it. Which anything that's going to play out of balance. Thanks.
All right, so there's a lot here. Let's start with a couple of questions. And we're going to start with this word strengths. And Carlos, when we talk about our strengths, are these positives or negatives? Carlos, positive or negative?
Strengths are positives.
Absolutely right.
What are
Yeah, positive qualities, exactly right. So inside a person. And in this conversation, Carlos, why is Ben talking about his strengths? Why is he talking about his strengths?
he talked about the environment and the foster.
Not so much what yet, but why. Why is he talking about his strengths? Why is it important for him to talk about his strengths? Where is he? You could also consider. What's the reason that they're talking about his strengths?
Because it is necessary to know the maybe the support for the company.
Exactly right. So in an interview, they need to know what you can do well. You're absolutely right. And he did mention the environment. I'll stick with you for the moment, Carlos. And what would he mean here by the environment that he came from? What is this?
Maybe his environment. Environment. Oh, teacher, I forgot the word, but
That's okay.
he studied the environment.
And in fact, we're not talking about study here. We're using it in a slightly different way than kind of with birds and trees and things. Environment is used a little bit differently here. Katya, can you help out here? Why is he mentioning the environment he came from? What's the link here?
Who?
Katya.
I don't know what environment means.
Ooh, okay. Guys, is anyone familiar with this phrase? Like the way Ben's using it? What would he mean here when he talks about how the environment he came from contributed to a strength? Excellent. This is a new one for all of you guys. So a sport environment can refer to like trees and mountains and things. The fact that none of you mentioned that is a good thing because you've picked up that he's using it in a different way. And in fact, what he means here is the work environment and the situation that you work in. And what that would mean is, are you working in a difficult place? Is it a very busy place? So all of the situation, all of the surroundings in your work, surrounding conditions here, in fact, is the work environment. So is it busy or quiet? Do you have teamwork? Do you have to work fast? Are you working under pressure? All of these things contribute to the work environment. And so going back to this kind of strength, Katya, looking here, what does he think is the strength he's talking about? What strength has his work environment created?
I don't know. You can write the question.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat box. It's what's the strength? What strength has his environment? Create or encourage. So at least encourage, if not completely creative. So what's the link between his work environment, the situation of his last job, and the strength? What is the strength, Katya?
Okay, it will be the deadline about the job. If he take a job, he respect the deadlines.
Yes, exactly right. So he says this environment fostered here is like encouraged or supported. So it encouraged him to become really good at meeting deadlines. Well done there. We'll jump down and Trung, what exactly are deadlines? What do we mean by deadlines?
It means that's like the time for you finish your project.
Right, exactly right. And he talks next about having hard and soft deadlines. Unusual phrase maybe for you guys to hear, but a useful one. What are hard and soft deadlines?
I think it's a difficult project.
Good guess, but not exactly. Guys, are any of you familiar with this phrase, hard and soft deadlines? Deadline. I thought this one might be a new one. A soft deadline is a deadline, so a due date for part of a project. So not the whole project, just a part of a project. Hard deadline is the date a complete project is due. So if you're working on a project, you might have 10% of the work completed by one day, and then 50% of the work completed by another day, and then the final project is due on another day. And those are the hard and soft deadlines. Hard is your final project or the final task, and your soft deadline is just part of that. We'll jump down and who are we up to? Zulika, I think. Yeah. Zulika, where did Ben first learn to meet deadlines? He tells us when he first started to meet deadlines.
Then I think in the college also help for the lines.
Quite right. He said when something had to be done, he got it done. Quite right. Let's look at the next task. That Streng here. Sorry, Angelica. He says he's a multitasker. Multitasker. What is this?
Is the person they have also careers activities.
You're on the right track.
Same time.
You're on the right track. Not exactly. Let's see if Trung can help a little bit. Trung, we're multitasking. What is this?
Multi-structures mean that the people can do a lot of things.
Yeah, all at the same time. So you were close there, Zulika, but to do more than one thing at the same time. And then Ben says he can certainly multitask. And he says, and this is kind of complex, guys, he can manage pretty much anything that's on his plate. Again, unusual phrasing. When he talks, Katja, about managing anything on his plate, what is this? Anything on his plate?
Like the activities that he have.
Yeah, exactly right.
In front of him.
Exactly right. Perfect. So any job, any task, anything in front of him, he's happy to do. Very good. And then finally, he talks about time management and why it's important. And Carlos, again, we'll start with what? What is time management?
Management. Oh, teacher, I don't know sure, but could be the time with the people needs to do something.
Yeah, you're on the right track there. Really close. So time management, to manage is just like to organize, and to be good at time management just means to organize your time well, so to get the maximum kind of benefit from your time. And looking at the final sentence, Carlos, why does he think that's important? Why is time management important?
and and finish a task.
Yeah.
Yeah, because uh-huh,
Yeah.
the easy way to let things sit.
Yeah, he says it's too easy just to not do things and then miss your deadline. So he's very organized, he's good at multitasking, and he's good at time management because he knows it's too easy to fall behind. Well done there, guys. Now there's a lot in here. I'm going to come back and I'll see how much of this you guys have picked up on. And I'll ask, would you say, are you similar to them? And what in a job interview, what would you say are your strengths? So for me, I'm not really a multitasker. I like to do one thing at a time and do it properly. But I am good at time management. I'm good at organizing my time. And I don't really have deadlines, so it's not really something that's relevant to me. I'm always doing work, but not like project based. Carlos, and I think I'm good at being probably organized is my probably strongest point. Carlos, what would you say?
Yeah, well, teacher, a little bit organized because it is necessary in my job. Because my job needs step by step the things, and in my situation, it is necessary delegating the task.
Necessary
really
to delegate. Again, to delegate the task. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it's.
Nice. So you don't multitask, you delegate instead, is what you're saying. It's more important.
Yes.
And what would you say is your biggest strength, Carlos? If you were asked in the interview, your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is making maps in the field.
Okay. Yep. So technical work. Nice. And why is that so important? Why is it important?
The important is because it is necessary to identify the mineralization.
Yeah.
And it is necessary to know the rock, where is the mineralization and where is the structure. It is necessary to make maps, many maps.
Yep, that sounds good. So technical strengths would be the one you nominate. Nice. All right, very good. Good stuff. We'll jump down. And Carlos, can you ask Katia, please, her strengths and how she.
Good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon, Katia. What are your strengths?
Okay, I can say my strengths. I'm really multitasker. I am organized.
Organized.
I think I am a good employer because I am a person who can follow the rules. So I think that.
Nice. And what would you say is your biggest strength? So if you were speaking in an interview, biggest strength.
I think the biggest is organized because for make a good and clean job, it's necessary to be organized.
Can you say again? It's being organized. There is being organized.
It's being organized.
Being organized, very good. And how does that help you? Does it help you like meet deadlines, or what's the benefit of being organized?
Yeah. In the deadlines, I can make the job this time to get it.
Yeah, to do the job in time. Absolutely. Really necessary. Perfect. We'll jump down and Katia, can you ask Chung, please? Again, the same question.
Okay. What are your strengths?
Strengths.
Yes.
Strength.
I think my strength is hardworking.
I'll say I am. Can you say I am hardworking?
I am hardworking, and I try to finish my project as soon as possible. Especially, I can do in many things. I'm not a man multitasker, but I try, and I can hard work, and yeah, I can work maybe 20 hours a day, and I just live 3 or 4 hours a day. Yes.
Nice. And how do you think you compare to Ben? So he talks about like time management.
Yes.
How do you compare in that?
I think I'm also good time management because now it's my business in logistics, and I try to arrange everything for easy to manage. And I have a lot of customer, and I try to show on the problem.
Okay, so definitely that sounds helpful. All right, good stuff, good detail there. Yeah, just that I say I am hardworking. It's best phrasing. Aside from that, again, good detail, good work, guys. And the final person is Sulika. Mitchum, can you ask Sulika, please? The final person.
Yes. Hello, Sulika.
Hello, Carlos.
No, I'm Trung. Yes.
Sorry. Hello.
Okay.
Okay. What are your trends?
Yes, I am good at time management in the job is very important. I am multitasker in the job is necessary for the social media and the media communication. I am know how to work in the team.
Nice. Would you say that that is your biggest strength? What would you say is your biggest strength if you had to?
Just
For the teamwork. Nice. And why is that important? Why is teamwork important?
yes.
So why, Salika? Why is teamwork important? Why does it matter?
It's important. It's important because the team work in the team is
The teamwork.
the teamwork
Necessary. What makes
is
it so
necessary for the objectives.
Yeah, to meet. You'd say it's to meet your objective. Yeah, can you say again? To meet objectives. Necessary to meet objectives. Can you say again for me? Again, Salika? Necessary to meet objectives.
Necessary to meet the objectives.
To meet objectives, very good. Guys, that's time. That feels like about 30 seconds, not 30 minutes. But I am going to say good morning, Trung. Good evening, everyone else. That was a complicated listening, that section of conversation where he talks about the multitasking and the environment that has encouraged him to be good at meeting deadlines is really a challenging one. There were a few new phrases for you guys there, which is good. So soft and hard deadlines, kind of progressive deadlines versus the final deadline, your work environment, and then time management you weren't so sure on, but it just means to all time. But you guys have done a really great job there of summarizing complex article, of comparing yourselves and your strengths to another person's, and you've given great details there about your own strengths and how they're important at work. So well done, guys. I'll say good morning, Shrum. Good evening, everyone else. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and well done, guys. See you soon. Have a good day.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank teacher.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye,
teacher
guys.
and
Thanks
everyone.
and everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.